Good morrow, scholars. Welcome to a new series on the book Survive the Night. I got this book because I share the last name of the author, and I thought it would be a fun little read. I was kind of hoping, based on the skull on the cover, that this would have something to do with like the Day of the Dead. It's one of my favorite holidays. If you happen to know of any books that deal with the Day of the Dead, either in a supernatural sense or just taking place on it and whatnot, I would love to read one for the channel, so let me know down in the comments. Anyway. Sorry, I just noticed that there are two other books that she wrote, and anyway. Oh, there it is. I was going to read a quick little introduction into the book. I forgot it was on the front cover as opposed to the back or anyway. Just back from rehab, Casey regrets letting her friends Shauna, Julie, and Aya talk her into coming to survive the night, an all-night underground rave in a New York City subway tunnel. Surrounded by frightening drugs and menacing strangers, Casey doesn't think Survive the Night could get any worse. Until she comes across Julie's mutilated body in a dank, black subway tunnel, red-eyed rats nibbling at her fingers. Casey thought she was just off with some guy. No one could hear her getting torn apart over the sound of the pulsing music. And by the time they get back to the party, everyone is gone. Desperate for help, Casey and her friends find themselves running through the putrid subway tunnels, searching for a way out. But every manhole is sealed shut, and every noise echoes eerily in the dark, reminding them they're not alone. They're being hunted, trapped underground with someone or something out to get them. Casey can't help but listen to Aya's terrified refrain. "We're all gonna die down here." Okay, so that kind of spoils a little bit of the book. But I feel like enough of the mystery is still there. Anyway, Chapter 1. It's about 14 pages long, so this one should be probably, I'm going to say, about 30-something minutes, like the last one. And my throat is already sore. Dead people don't really look like they're sleeping. I'm not an expert. I've only seen the one. She was my roommate at Mountainside Gardens Rehabilitation Center. Rachel, only she pronounced her name, Raquel. I met one person, she said her name like that. Anyway. I used to say it wrong on purpose. Raquel was a booze hound. I had to dump all my perfume because the nurses said she'd drink it once withdrawal set in. I thought they were full of it, but then Rachel found out this girl down the hall had nail polish remover. She snuck out one night and stole it. I found her in our bathroom, slumped next to the toilet. Sweat drenched her bleach blonde hair, making it clump around her hollowed-out cheeks and blue-tinted face. Skinny red veins spiderwebbed over the whites of her eyes, and blood and snot dripped from her nose. Well, actually, this book might actually be a little quicker read, although it's about the same height. The words are a little bit more spaced out. Anyway. Where was I? Dried vomit clung to her chin and her cracked purple lips. I didn't tell anyone outside of the clinic about Raquel, my parents, not even Shauna. Or Shanna, I don't know. I also didn't tell anyone back home about Moira, who ate her own hair, or Kara, I don't know. Who screamed whenever you touched her, or Tori Ann, who begged for drugs even though all her teeth were rotting out of her skull. I'm going to brush my teeth as soon as this chapter's done, even though I did this morning. You can't tell people stories like that without giving them ideas. Like, that's really beeped up. Or, what were you even doing there? Or, maybe you're just like them. End of the road, I say. Last house on the left. Dad pulls our Subaru around the corner, past a wooden sign that reads, Flying Eagle Estates. I press my face against the car window. Identical brick mini mansions spiral off in every direction, all surrounded by lush green grass and towering pine trees. When I was little, I used to think Madison's neighborhood looked like something out of a fairy tale. We'd spend hours darting across the pristine lawns and hiding behind gnarled old oak trees, pretending to be warrior princesses. My sister used to do that when she was little. She loved Xena. It was a good show. I kind of miss it. I think we have season 6 on DVD at the store. I remember where Madison lives, Casey, Dad says. You used to spend every weekend here. I twirl my little turtle charm on my necklace. I got it because of my last name, Myrtle, and also because I was going to study them back when I was planning on being a marine biologist. But marine biology means college, so who knows anymore. You excited to see your friends? Dad asks. Sure. I don't know. I stretched the word into 2 syllables. How excited can you be to see parent-approved friends? I mean, really. Dad shoots me a look. I am, I added, flashing my normal teenage girl smile. Really. Dad nods, but he doesn't look convinced. We have the same face, long, straight nose, stubby chin. We even have the same dark eyes and thick brows that tell the world exactly what we're thinking at every moment. Right now, his brows pinch in at the middle, creating tiny worry lines on his forehead. I flip down the sun visor and scrutinize my reflection. Pale skin, circles under my eyes, and a fresh zit coming in on my forehead. I should have insisted on a post-rehab makeover. I push my hair back to check out the freshly shaved side of my head. At least that still looks bad. Never mind. I stole my dad's electric razor a couple of days after getting back and buzzed my brown locks. You can't see it when my hair is down, but my mom freaked anyway, which was the entire point. I make a face at my reflection and pinch my pale cheeks. A faint burst of red appears on my skin, then disappears a second later. I sigh and flip the sun visor up. Feeling okay? Dad asks. Translation. Did the thousands of dollars we spent on Mountainside actually fix you? That's kind of mean. I'm good. This is pie. Pie's my word. Kind of like it's a piece of cake. Only I used to scarf down these cherry cream cheese pies. That sounds disgusting. My dad made every weekend. It's also my classic non-answer, and I feel guilty the second it's out of my mouth. I feel stronger, I add. Well, I guess I'm glad, Dad says. I like that I'm starting to make him sound like Charlie. Do you guys remember? Never mind. Where was I? I reach for the air conditioner, and Dad drops his hand on mine before I can pull it away. He squeezes, his eyes still on the road. I let him leave his hand there for a full 3 seconds before shrugging it off. We roll up to a white house with forest green shutters and a wraparound front porch. Wow. Madison leans on one of the columns flanking the front door, her long tan legs stretched out before her. All my old friends and soccer teammates crowd around her, talking and laughing. It feels stuffy in the Subaru all of a sudden. I switch the air conditioning off and roll my window down. Dad cuts the steering wheel to the left, pulling up alongside a row of freshly planted tulips. I squirm uncomfortably in my seat. Something wrong? Dad asks. No, I say too fast. It's a scientific fact that dads don't understand teenage girl politics. Like how your former best friend might invite you to a sleepover just to be nice, and not because she actually wants to spend the night with the school cautionary tale. Sorry, just checking on the turtles. I grab my polka dot Herschel, I miss Herschel, backpack and push the door open. The smell of tulips overwhelms me. It's like the way you imagine flowers smell, not how they really smell. Except these do. Madison turns at the sound of the car slamming, car door slamming, sorry. I need to get more water. Where was I? I step onto her lawn, and her face lights up. "Casey," she squeals, "you came." She hands her lemonade glass to the girl standing next to her and races across the sloped lawn toward me. Watching her, I feel a phantom twinge of pain in my knee, the injury that started this all. Madison throws her arms around my shoulders, and suddenly all I can see is tan skin and blonde hair. She squeezes too tightly, giving me the feeling this hug is more for the girls on the porch and my dad than it is for me. I rock back on my heels. I groan. She's not much larger than me, but she works out 6 times a week and never eats junk food. Her body is all muscle. Life is a contact sport for Madison. Dad unrolls the car window. "Madison, it's nice to see you again," he says. Madison releases me from her strangle hug. She's already wearing a pair of polka dot pajama shorts and a loose-fitting t-shirt. I don't know. I was going to say I've never been to a slumber party. I've been to one. Did not have fun. And there was that one time with Derek before his wedding. We just all stayed at his place. Again, did not have fun, but the pizza was delicious. Where was I? He turns back to me, and his eyebrows do the furrowing, worry line thing again. "You have your cell, right? You'll call me if you need anything," I finish for him. "I know, I will." Dad stares at me for a beat too long, a nervous smile on his face. I should feel guilty about that smile, but I'm so tired of everyone looking at me like I'm a bomb about to go off. I already went off. I'm better now. Trust me, this will not end well. Admittedly, we already kind of know what's going to happen. Anyway. Dad rolls up his window, waving one last time as he steers the car away from the curb. I wiggle my fingers at his taillights, half-heartedly. "There's lemonade on the porch," Madison says, looping her arm around my shoulder. "And hummus and stuff. I've never had hummus. Is it any good?" She winds her thick blonde braids around her finger. The gold best friends bracelet I gave her back in 6th grade dangles from her wrist. Something about it makes me sad, like the strangle hug made me sad. She's trying too hard to remind me that we're friends. "Do you have funfetti icing?" I ask, looking away from the bracelet. Funfetti was practically a 5th food group our freshman year. "Ha!" Madison says, and flicks the pendant on her bracelet. "Is it weird being back?" "No, it's pie." I smooth my hair over the shaved side of my head. Shauna said my old haircut didn't match my personality, but Madison wouldn't understand. She hasn't changed her hair since elementary school. I'm doing good. Great, actually. I stop walking and lower my voice so the girls on the porch don't overhear me. "Look, I'm not really a drug addict. My parents overreacted. They thought I was like shooting heroin into my eyeballs or something. There is someone that actually did that, and one eye got infected, and so they started using the other eye, and now they're permanently blind. I don't know why I felt the need to tell that story. Wasn't even a story. I laugh, but it's stilted and awkward, like me. Madison stares at me, frowning. "Anyway," I continue, clearing my throat, "I just had a bad reaction to my painkillers. At least, I think I had a bad reaction to my painkillers. The night I went to rehab is a blank spot on my memory. I don't remember anything that happened, but Shauna told me I passed out, and she said it could have been the pain meds, which is good enough for me. Apparently it happens all the time. I wasn't anything like the girls there," I finish, thinking of Raquel and Moira and Tori Ann. Madison wrinkles her nose. She looks skeptical. "Painkillers can be addictive." "Hence the rehab," I say. "And they were prescription anyway. My doctor prescribed Maxicodone? Codone? I don't know. After a girl the size of a Clydesdale slammed into me during a soccer game last year, ruining my knee. My parents just flipped because I passed out, but my doctor said lots of people have bad reactions. It wasn't a big deal. I don't know. I'm not even eating white flour anymore. Madison says, I read this article that says it's basically as addictive as cocaine. I'm pretty sure caffeine is actually more addictive, and sugar is about on par. I tug on my myrtle necklace. What are you supposed to say to a girl who doesn't eat bread? That's not even human. Is there a rehab for pasta? I ask. Madison laughs too loudly for my stupid joke and takes the steps to the porch 2 at a time. Sounds like me. All the girls are already dressed in their pajamas except for Stacy Donovan, who's wearing Nike athletic shorts and a neon blue sports bra. I'm pretty sure she was born wearing athletic shorts and a sports bra. She smiles at me when I step onto the porch. Cute jeans, she calls. Thanks, I say. A pair of tight, dark-washed jeans with a ripped knee hangs low on my hips, accentuating my long legs and thin waist. Where was I? I like how I looked away for 1 second and then I completely lost my place. I spent all afternoon trying on everything in my closet, and I finally landed on my best jeans and a slouchy black t-shirt. Do you want to get changed? Madison asks. I glance down at my backpack. I brought my matching PJs with the giant strawberries on them, like I'm 12. I'm good for now. I dumped my backpack on the ground, and I take a glass of lemonade that Madison offers me. Sorry. I just saw something over that way. Are you mirrored again for some reason? I don't know. I saw something move. Oh, no, wait, no, it's right. Yeah, that way. I don't know why I thought my room was... Never mind. I'm stupid. What's up, Iggy? Where was I? Kiki Charles waves from the porch swing where she's sitting with Amanda Rice. I think I've heard that name before. And a girl from the JV team I don't recognize. I wave back. Kiki and I used to partner up for early morning sprints, and Amanda always offered to paint my nails blue and yellow, the team colors, on the bus to away games. But that was all pre-injury, pre-Shauna, pre-rehab. I barely saw them after I quit the team last year. Amanda leans forward, balancing her lemonade glass on her knee. Please tell me you're taking calc this year, she says. Algebra 2 was horrible after you left. Mr. Nelson was up 2 puns a day by the end of the year. And I had no one to groan with in the back row. Tragic, I say, and the corner of my mouth lifts into a smile. Talking about school is a high school girl equivalent of talking about the weather. But it's still better than the alternative. You have no idea, Amanda says. Did you know he likes angles? But only to a certain degree. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. It's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, no, I'm good. I'm good. Hang on. Got tears in my eyes. That was embarrassing. Oh, and he kept threatening to kick Kevin Thomas. I work with a Kevin, and I used to work with a Thomas. Out of class if he had another infraction. She shoots me a disgusted look over the top of her lemonade glass. Get it? Infraction. That one's not as funny. But maybe it's because I already laughed myself out. Anyway. Madison rolls her eyes. No one has suffered like you've suffered, she says. I take a drink of lemonade, grimacing as I swallow. It's sugar-free. So, I clear my throat, shrugging the tension from my shoulders. Now I need to do that. Do you guys do that thing where you see someone, like on TV, or if you read it in a book, or they, like, crack their neck, or, you know, they stretch, and you feel the need to do that too? What else have I missed? Tuesday's now Sloppy Joe Day in the cafeteria, Madison says with mock enthusiasm. And Sean Davenport's dating Claire Ryan this week, so that's special. I frown, trying to picture our high school quarterback with Claire, the drama weirdo who wears a beret to school every day. I would love to do that. What happened to Sarah? Sarah's a born-again Christian now, Kiki explains, wrinkling her nose. That's a whole different drama. Oh, and Sam cut his hair. Have you seen... I'm so behind already, I say, interrupting her before she can start talking about my ex-boyfriend. Madison slips an arm over my shoulder. I went to junior prom with Henry Frank, and he spent the entire night making out with Lisa Jones in the third-floor stairwell, she says. A-hole. I tuck my hair behind my ear, flashing her a smile. I know she's trying to steer the conversation away from Sam, and I feel a rush of gratitude. It's almost like old times, like in the 5th grade when this girl in the cafeteria made fun of me for getting ketchup on my white tank top, and Madison retaliated by dumping a carton of chocolate milk over her head. Then Amanda Rice leans forward, wrinkling her nose. Did you shave your head? She asks. Beep. I push my fingers through my hair and touch the buzzed sides of my head. It feels like peach fuzz. I loved that feeling after freshly cutting my hair. I don't know what it was. Although I thought of it more as like the hair on the back of a pig. Because I have no self-esteem. Not exactly. Did you do it in rehab? Amanda asks. Madison shoots her a look. We talked about this look, which means they must have had an entire conversation about me before I even got here. I look down at the ice melting in my lemonade glass, trying to ignore the heat climbing up the back of my neck. I imagine Madison telling them not to ask about rehab. Madison saying they should pretend everything's normal, that we're all still friends. It was just a question, Amanda mutters. I smooth my hair over my ears. I didn't do it in rehab. It looks, really different, Madison says in a fake, cheery voice. But whatever, right? It's just hair. It'll grow back. Yeah. I fumble with Myrtle and look down at my shoes. You should be allowed to scream in public whenever a conversation gets really awkward, and then time could reset itself and you get a do-over. That would be lovely. But I can't scream without everyone thinking I'm a crazy junkie, so I pinch the skin on my palm and stare at the mole in the middle of Amanda's forehead. She's still talking, but her voice sounds like static. All I hear is a low buzz as she drones on. I like how the voice keeps changing, but I think that has more to do with my throat getting all dried out and everything. Anyway. The sound of a motor cuts through this hum. I turn to watch a rusty sky blue Buick. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks. Rumble up the street. I grin, recognizing Shauna's car immediately. She inherited it when her grandmother got too old to drive. Her grandmother's "Chastity is for Lovers" sticker still decorates the back bumper, but Shauna scratched out "Lovers" with her keys and carved a word I dare not speak into the paint next to it. She left her grandmother's rosaries dangling from the rearview mirror, but hot glued the head of her little sister's My Little Pony to the car antenna. That's kind of morbid. Brony for life. Shauna pulls up next to the curb, and the little horsey head wobbles above the car like crazy. Obnoxiously loud rock music drifts out of her cracked windows. Julie lifts her cheeks, or fills her cheeks with air and presses her lips against the back window. Aya sits next to her, eyes squeezing shut, as she croons along with the music. Okay, what would be a good voice for this one? It's got to be something memorable. It's got to be something I can do consistently. I'm just going to wing it. Oi, Casey! No, let's not do that one. Shauna hollers. She honks twice. Get that cute little... Never mind. Down here. The soccer girls go silent. Madison frowns. Are they drunk? She asks. No, I say, although they probably are. Julie fogs up the back window with her breath and draws... no thank you. In the steam. She doubles over with laughter. I start to smile, too, then bite my lip when I see the look on Madison's face. What are they doing here? I don't know, I say. I really don't. I haven't seen Shauna since getting back from rehab. She must have called my house to figure out where I was. Casey! Shauna lays on her horn. Without realizing I'm doing it, I pull my backpack up over my shoulder. Madison freezes, a carrot full of hummus halfway to her mouth. Wait. Are you leaving with them? I hesitate. The thing is, I never worry that Shauna talks about me behind my back. If she had something to say, she'd say it to my face. And Shauna would never invite me out just to be nice. Shauna repels nice, like water repels oil. She's the antithesis of nice. She's real. I glance back at her car. She stares at me from the front seat, one eyebrow cocked, like a dare. I'm sorry. I finish lamely. Whatever. Madison picks up her lemonade, shaking the ice at the bottom of the glass. The best friend charm glints on her wrist. The next time you have a sleepover, I start, but Madison snorts and gives me a look that's pure venom. Sorry, I say again. I set my lemonade glass on the porch railing and start down the steps. Casey, Madison calls. I stop at the edge of her lawn and glance over my shoulder. Yeah? Madison stares at Shauna's Buick. For a split second, I see things like she does. The rusted car that could break down at any moment. Shauna drumming her hands against the steering wheel. Julie lighting a joint in the back seat. Madison shifts her eyes back to me. I wind the backpack strap around my fingers, suddenly uncomfortable. I think of Raquel's puffy face and bloodshot eyes, and have to clench my shoulders to keep from visibly cringing. I can't imagine what Madison sees when she looks at me. Only that I don't belong on her perfect lawn or in her perfect life. Not anymore. Madison just shakes her head. Be safe, she mutters. Whew. Well, that took a turn. On the one hand, I feel like, well, I mean, we all know that she should have stayed at the slumber party. On the other hand, no, never mind. I have really nothing good to say. If people are going to actively try and bring you into their life, even though you've messed up in any way, and you decide to ditch them, you don't deserve their friendship. I personally would love for friends like Madison and them, if something like that happened to me, to be there for me when I got out. You know, I'm a lonely person. I want so much to be extroverted, but I'm really not, and I'm okay with that. It's just I want. It's been weird, but it's my life has been basically that one line from one of the songs in The Little Mermaid. You know, I want to be where the people are. You know the line. You know the line I'm thinking of. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you like either of the books that I read today? I understand that they're about an hour late. Well, actually, it'd be more like an hour and a half because it'll take about 30 minutes for them to be uploaded. But let me know what you guys thought. If I should read a different book for the next set, or different books for the next set. Give me some suggestions. If I end up hanging out with my friend today, maybe we'll go up to Firewheel and I can stop by the bookstore and get a couple of books. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I started reading this on my own a while back, and then I set it down because I started reading Game of Thrones again. But I'm going to come back to this. I might actually just wait and read along with you guys once I get to where I left off. That way we can be surprised together. Anyway, again, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your suggestions. And until next time, goodbye, everybody. I really can't believe I laughed so hard at that angle joke.